All right, folks, Ricky Mills.
And John MacCallum. Welcome to Wild Jaeger Veteran Adventures, episode 13.
So if you didn't know it, Wild Jaeger is a 100% U.S. service-connected, disabled, veteran-owned business. John MacCallum, you did how many years in the Navy?
24 and a half years as a Navy Seabee.
And I have 20 years in the Army. So in that, when we created Wild Jaeger as a business over 10 years ago, we immediately moved into starting doing veteran hunts. An annual veteran adventure is what we call it. And that's really, it's what I call therapy through service. I needed to do something. I needed to give back to the community. I had the ability to do it. We had a captive audience with 2nd Cavalry Regiment right there in Vilseck, Germany. And they had a warrior transition unit set up with a bunch of injured soldiers in it that had nothing to do. So we went about raising money, did some barbecues.
So we did this now, really we've been doing Wild Jaeger Veteran Adventures without the title Wild Jaeger Veteran Adventures for close to 11 years. Whether it's taking families, individuals, whatever, out in the outdoors. It could be kayaking, could be hunting, could be fishing. It's really about giving back to the guys and gals that, gave what they could. So.
And we've never had the ability to actually raise money for those Wild Jaeger Veteran Adventures. And last year we actually just registered. Wild Jaeger Veteran Adventures is incorporated. We're 501c3 registered, and we actually can go out and ask for donations now.
Yeah, so now we can get donations, and in all honesty, that's not an easy thing to do. You have, guys and gals that have given everything, and it really is sometimes hard to receive. And like Ricky and I, out of our pockets, literally for the past 10 years, have given hunts, have tried to raise money, have tried to do things for everybody. And not that we still don't. We love doing that. It does make it a lot easier to incorporate more people, and there's a lot of people that do want to give. And then Ricky and I, well, actually all four of us started this, and we want to make perfectly clear, like one of our big things is, we as the four board of directors and owners of the company, we don't make a cent off of this, and that's something that we wanted to keep and be totally transparent with everybody. To give back as much as you can. So we have other events coming up. We have other things behind the scenes that are working, and we're hoping this year really kicks off with some great events. So
if you're wondering what some of the things you can do, I call TEM, time, energy, and money. You can volunteer your land for access for hunting. You can volunteer game on your land for veterans to come in and hunt. You can donate time to come in and volunteer and help organize a hunt.
Absolutely.
Sometimes it's cooking duties or parking duties, or volunteering your lodge or your cabin for space for veterans to come in and stay in. But then it's also money, of course, always helps. It's not the only thing we're looking for. We're hoping that money starts coming around, because our budget is in the thousands of dollars annually that we spend, and that's been every year, again, for over 10 years. But we now have the ability to actually ask for donations, take donations. We have a Wild Jaeger Veteran Adventures business account that your money goes into, and that is where the operational costs of taking veterans on these outdoor excursions. It's not always going to be hunts. It's not always going to be fishing. We're looking into kayaking. We're looking into fly fishing. And we're also looking at working with other not-for-profit organizations to partner up and get veterans out and do things in the outdoors. It's all that, bringing veterans out to nature so they can reconnect with nature. They can share some camaraderie and time with fellow veterans.
And that's huge. Really coming back with like-minded individuals, people have been through the same stuff, people that are, same mindset, that want to continue to give. Maybe they have trouble fitting in after they've gotten out of the military. They're having trouble in a job, or they're having trouble with family life, like everybody does. So they all get to come together, and we have great camaraderie, and there's just a certain trust that veterans have with other veterans.
And what happens is we end up pulling the veteran out of whatever life they're living. They come, they participate in that hunting event. what these hunting events or outdoor activities become is a place for us to contact or make contact with veterans. And that's where the questions start getting asked. Hey, how are you doing? How's your family situation? How's your health situation? Do you have a primary care provider? Are you linked into the VA? Do you have a service-connected disability rating for the injuries that you've incurred physically and mentally from the experiences that happened to you while you're in the military?
So all of this stuff comes literally over a cheeseburger, sitting here talking, hanging out, casting a rod in the lake, and it just comes out. It doesn't happen like as soon as you get there, we're not fixing any problems. So you have to build rapport, you have to build the trust, and then all of a sudden the walls start coming down. Like a really good example of people that we're currently touching right now, and we're trying to make things happen. I have a buddy who's terminally ill, and he wants to go on a hot air balloon ride, for instance. So I'm working with an organization in Pennsylvania to try to get him up. He's actively in hospice right now. So that's like one small thing. Vietnam vets, that's a huge part of the population, and a lot of these guys and gals, they have no idea what benefits they have coming to them. They just don't know what they don't know. We just helped a Vietnam vet for the past 2 years, and just recently, he's now starting to get some of the benefits that he's entitled to and that he deserves. And it's life-changing. It's literally life-changing for these guys and gals.
We're not just focused on OIF vets. We're not just focused on OEF vets, Iraq and Afghanistan vets. We're going all the way back to Vietnam and sometimes even Korean vets.
Sometimes, absolutely.
It just depends on who we can get our hands on. We talked about this yesterday in the vehicle as we were driving. Before we knew what we knew, we didn't know what we could do to help vets. And so it was like a slower progression. You don't feel the urge or the push or the rush to like gather these vets and get the information out. And the more knowledge you gather and you learn, like, holy cow, I helped this one vet. I got him to a veteran service officer. I got him a disability percentage. I'm getting him a dollar value a month, maybe for the rest of his life, for something that he incurred 50 years ago.
But even more importantly than that, it's something that individual now can get treatment for the rest of their life for.
Right. Now he's linked into the VA. He has a primary care provider. He has access to a pharmacy.
Absolutely.
He's being checked out. He's got probably a semi-annual appointment with that doctor where he can go head to toe and look after him and take care of not only that illness that he incurred because of his service, but his total health care.
Mental health, everything that they have available to them now, it's just an open door. And people really just don't know what they don't know. And we're not counselors. We're not, like certified counselors. We have been through the experience of being active duty. We've been on peacetime and contingent deployments. We both did 45 years or so active duty. We still have great networks out there. I happen to still work very closely with active duty members. So the network that we have, it's almost selfish not to share it. It's almost selfish not to help cast that net and see what more you can catch. So,
well, where are we at right now, John?
So right now we're actually on a Navy base, and we're on one of the ponds. Bass Lake is actually the lake that we're at. We even have somebody fishing behind us. He just caught a bunch of bass this morning, and he caught some pumpkin seeds and some sunfish. He's out here fly fishing. Tomorrow, for example, we even have a youth fishing derby that's coming up. So our base here, only because they're like kind of against putting all, the names and all that stuff out. Our base is very friendly. We did a veterans hunt here last year. It was great. It's pretty good environment.
So if you're wondering where you can go to find out information about how you can give to support Wild Jaeger Veteran Adventures, you can go to our website at www.wildjaeger.com and then look for the Wild Jaeger Veteran Adventures page. When you scroll to the bottom, there's a donate button there. You can also email John or myself. Both of our emails are on the website itself. If you scroll down to contact us on the menu, you'll see John's phone number and email. Feel free to call me or call John anytime to talk about what you'd like to do to help us get veterans in the outdoors and get them out on a wild Jaeger veteran adventure.